I'm Abby Herran. I go to Our Lady of Lourdes Academy, and I'm in 11th grade. My PSAT score was very, very low, and I was struggling in both the reading and the math, but I realized that I'm better at math, so I would focus on something that I could get my score high on. And I asked my mom to help me find somewhere, and she said a lot of people recommended Piece of Pie. So we worked on it. This was my first time doing SAT tutoring. I was looking for somewhere where I can excel because a lot of the places that I want to go to, they like you need a high SAT score. So having a good basis of what I'm doing that I can work off of really is going to help like in the future. And also with math class, it helps a lot too. A lot of the time, what I was like, what the questions were, they really just didn't make sense to me, and like how the wording was put and what I'm supposed to do. So a lot of the time, like I didn't know what I was actually doing, even though it was basic math. So a lot of like it was nice to know how to figure out how to do it. I was scared that it would be actually like a lot of work and that I wouldn't have time to do anything. But after a bit, because well, starting it during summer, it was like 20 assignments. So I was like, oh my God, like I don't know how I'm gonna do this in school. But then like everything else, like the way you guys timed it and you were like able to fit it around my schedule and all that actually helped me a lot. So at first I was kind of concerned about the virtual tutoring because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get distracted. But then I had a tutor who like she wouldn't just like be like, oh, math, math, math. Like when you were done with your math, she'll be like, oh, like she'll try to get into conversation to talk to you about it. And she would like get the whole group to do it. So then we were all more comfortable when we were doing problems together. And like if somebody would get it wrong, she would like help all like tell everybody to help, like to have more people come and like discuss it. Yeah, I was actually thinking, I was like, I'm like, I don't think I could sit there for 4 hours and do it. But after a few, like the first two classes, I was like, it's actually not that bad because we have our break in the middle, and it's not like you're doing math every like second. It's like you're doing your problem and then the teacher explains. So it's like it was more calm than I thought. She was very informative and she knew what she was doing. Like, if someone would ask a question, she automatically knew how to respond to it and how to make it better for you as a person. So she would like, she knows that you learn this way, so then she would teach you that way.
Because to me, I have a daughter that just graduated college, one in college, and I find that sometimes they're much more attuned and can teach. They've been more recently doing this so that they can kind of give them the knowledge or in their language more so. So to me, no, not necessarily. I wasn't concerned. Plus, you're very data oriented going in, so you go down the weaknesses very strategically, and you group. It's a small group, but you group them according to ability or whatever stage in math they are, and it seems to work very, very well, and it helps. I think take a lot of the panic out, because my other daughters would say at the end they would freak out in the test, and this is her first time and taking the actual SAT. She'd taken the PSAT, and she's like, I just ran out of time, but I knew what there was nothing new that she hadn't seen. So it was very nice with the confidence that she went into the test with and came out of the test with. It's both at the beginning and at the end, which was nice.
What I think they should know is that it is a lot of time, but it's worth it in the end. And if you're like scared of your small group or whatever, I I personally am a very talkative person and social, but I was scared going in, and then I realized that we're all in the same boat. So your group is struggling the same as you. So I would be confident in what you're doing during that group.
It's a sacrifice. It's a lot of time. So it's a big 4 hour block once a week. Plus, during the week, there is a lot of time, again, that needs to be taken by the piece of pie homework. However, it's very compressed. You're not tortured over a year or 2 years of the constant SAT tutoring. And it's kind of nice that you have the mock exams, and it's kind of nice somebody else is following up. Hey, you didn't finish this assignment. It's not me. It's great. But it is a sacrifice, no doubt, on either family time or homework time, or it's a sacrifice. One, I think, was well worth it. And I've done, this is my third kid, right, going into this. But I think by far for me, it's the best. It's been the best outcome. And even the process is nice. It's not, as torturous as it seems, you do have somebody speaks to you beforehand to tell you what to expect. It's not a surprise either, which I think is important. And the reason I pushed for this, and she asked, like she did it, was several of my other daughters, friends from completely different schools, did it. And she's like, Mom, I think Abs needs to do piece of pie over anything else.
And I told her my SAT score yesterday, and she was like, 200 points? I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this. If I'm being honest, I feel like really everything helped. Like the homework, yes, it was sometimes annoying, but I realized practice really does like help. Like the constant practice over and over again really does help. Also, what helped were definitely the videos, because if I was stuck and it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I wasn't going to text in the group chat. So I was like, let me look at the video again. Maybe I missed something. That would help a lot. Definitely the amount of work like piece of pie puts into it, that they actually take care of you and they want you to succeed in what you're doing and how you do it. And then also a lot the way it's just structured. Like it's amazing, if I'm being honest.
One thing she told me was when the test reviews, like the mock, when she would get a question wrong, she's like, I don't just do one, I do like 10 different problems, like the 10 possible ways they would present it to me. And she's like, you get it. Like you eventually will get the problem because you have to do it so many times.
Final score was, it went from a 450, we said, to a 650, which I was very proud of myself for. I didn't think I could do that. I was like, I don't know. And then seeing it, I was like, wow. I realized that if I actually like put myself into the work and put my mind into it, I can actually I can do it. Because a lot of the time I'll be like, so much work. Like I don't think I can do it anyway, so I'm not gonna do it. But like seeing this result, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep going and like keep practicing and keep doing it to get a better score. So
absolutely. I mean, no doubt. And again, I go back to the same thing. It's not cheap, but you're not doing a year or 2 years of constant tutoring. And like I say, that slow torture by 1,000 cuts. It's nicer to just get it done. I would definitely attend any meetings that you have, so you know exactly what is expected, because there is definitely, to you, it's a cost component. To your child, it's a big time sacrifice, but obviously it's well worth it. No, for me, it's a 10. Yeah. I've recommended it already to several.
Me too. I recommend it to all my friends. It might seem like you can't do it, and it might seem like it's a lot and you just want to give up because you're also doing it with school. Don't. Just keep going. Trust me, it's going to have the best outcome out of it if you put yourself into it. And it's also better if you have someone to do it with. So like you can make friends during it, and then you guys can talk about how to do a math problem if you both are stuck.
Even if you're in different groups.
Yeah. Which is because one of my friends did it while I was doing it too. And we were in the same group, but we did have it together like on the same Sunday, and we'd like sit at lunch and I'll be doing my homework and she's like, oh, I'm stuck on that problem too. So like we do it together. So yeah.